Hey guys, I am Mr. Bo, and today Bungie finally revealed some gameplay from the Dark Below expansion. However, the video is actually on GameInformer.com, so unfortunately I'm not able to show you the video here, but I do have screenshots that I can show you. If you do want to check out the full video, I believe it's like 3 or 4 minutes long, maybe a little bit longer actually, you can click the link in the description below and that will take you over to the Game Informer page where you can then go and watch this video. But if you stay on this video, I'm going to be explaining everything in the trailer as well as showing you guys screenshots of everything. So let's start off with the main thing, the story that includes the new vendor Eris, and we get a good look at her, and she looks like an awoken, but she's got like these hive eyes, and if you look closely she has like black liquid dripping from her face downwards. Now when I first saw this it reminded me of Xur, Agent of the Nine. Now we do know that Eris here actually went down into Crota's End and was the only one of her sort of fire team to come back out alive, so maybe we'll learn more about her secrets as we go through this DLC. Now Eris is a vendor in the DLC and we get to see a glimpse of what she's going to be selling. Now we can see that she's selling a few emblems. We have 3 emblems there, and we also have 3 shaders. She's then selling 2 class items for each of the classes. That's 2 hunter cloaks, 2 titan cloaks, and 2 warlock bonds. And she's also selling some supplies, which include some of the new legendary materials that you're going to be using in the Dark Below to upgrade certain weapons, as well as the special ammo and heavy ammo. Now Eris is kind of like the other vendors. You're going to have to earn reputation with her by completing her bounties in order to buy some of this stuff. And we get a glimpse of what her bounties consist of. So the first one we have here is Fist of Crota. Defeat the Fist of Crota, leading the swarm into the Cosmodrome. It's a level 20 bounty as well, so these are high level bounties for high level players. You need to be level 20 or over to actually do these, and they seem a lot more interesting than the bounties we have at the moment for the Crucible and the Vanguard, so that's looking awesome. And they're not actually called bounties, these are actually called quests. So they're slightly different from bounties. I actually did a video on this, which I'll leave a link to in the description below, so you guys can go and check that out. So far, this is seeming really cool. And we also get to see where she's located in the tower. And it's just to the right if you're looking at the Traveller from the sort of main courtyard area, as you can see from this shot. Very easy to get to, and you'll see a ship flying in the sky as well behind her, so you'll know she's there when she finally comes. We then get a look at some of the other things in this DLC, and we're going to begin with the raid. So the raid is Crota's End, and we get to see how we'll sort of be entering this raid. So from this screen we can see that looks to be Crota in the middle there, but it could just be a hive boss that we're going to have to come up against during the raid. We get to see this super awesome dark room. I like the atmosphere in this raid. It's super dark, super creepy, along with the hive sort of. We get to see the 6 fire team members stand on this weird symbol on the floor on top of the moon's surface, and then what looks like that will then open up a platform. Perhaps this is like the Vault of Glass, where you're going to have to stand on certain things to open this platform, and then you'll actually drop down into this, I assume, room. We're not entirely sure the order of the raid, whether you drop down straight into this room and this is the first thing you come across, or this is a little bit later in the raid, but you do drop down into the Hellmouth, and that will teleport you to where the raid begins. And that's all we really get to see of the raid. Of course, they're keeping that on the hush because that is the main thing in this DLC, for me at least, and I'm sure a lot of other people are really wanting to go and do this raid, tackle it and get the prizes. And we do get to see a load of weapons that you're going to be getting from the raid. The first one is the Word of Crota, which is a hand cannon. We then get Light of the Abyss, which is a fusion rifle, Song of the Era Yut, which is a machine gun, Hunger of Crota, which is a rocket launcher, the Murmur, which is a fusion rifle, the Abyss Defiant, which is an auto rifle, the Oversoul Edict, which is a pulse rifle, and we then finally get this, which is the shotgun. I love the look of these weapons. They have sort of the hive sort of scales on the side of them. They look super awesome and super badass, and they look like they're going to be doing a lot of damage. So these are the weapons you're going to be finding throughout the raid, and I'm sure you'll be finding armor as well, a lot like you did with the Vault of Glass. So that is going to be super awesome, and that is the way you're going to be able to get to level 32. So let's move on to the Crucible maps now. We get 3 maps with this DLC, and that is Pantheon, which is the first truly symmetrical map. We get Skyshock, which is infantry and vehicle based, with a section of the map which is sort of vehicle specific, where they can dominate one space. We then get the Cauldron, which is located on the moon. This is a very small map for things like Skirmish and Rumble. And from the images that we see, they all look completely different from the other maps we have at the moment, which is good. like seeing a sort of different change of location, even though it is set on Mars, Earth and in the Black Garden. We then have strikes and story. So the story missions include the Dark Below, the Siege of the Warmind and the Awakening. And for the first time they're making sure the strikes tie into the story. So you'll get the Will of Crota strike, and if you are on the PS4 or the PlayStation 3 you'll get the exclusive strike called the Undying Mind. And from the images that we see, they look really cool. You're going to be fighting the Hive on Earth in the Cosmodrome. You're going to be opening up a area by the Forgotten Shores. If you go down by the Forgotten Shores, there's actually a giant room down there, and there is a doorway which we can actually see open up in this trailer. And one final thing that they talk about in this video is of course the exotics. Now I did do a video talking about these exotics and we only had preview images, but in this video we actually get some proper images of the exotics you're going to be able to find in the Dark Below. So let's start with them. We have the Ruin Wings, which is Titan gauntlets. These look really cool. We then have Starfire Protocol, which is a Warlock chest. We have Claws of Amakara, which are Warlock gauntlets. We have ATS Arachnid, which is a Hunter helmet. And we have the Dragon's Breath, which is a rocket launcher. And we get to see this Guardian wielding it here, who looks really awesome. And then we also get the No Land Beyond, which is a sniper rifle. And I believe this is the sniper rifle which you can actually hold as your primary weapon. And then we get the Necrochasm, which is an upgrade of the Murmur. And I will do a video on what that means in the future about how you can upgrade weapons and all that. But that'll be in a different video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And that is pretty much all we get in this trailer. We get a load of gameplay, of course. You guys can go check this out. And one final thing before I forget is you actually get to wield the Sword of Crota. Now whether this is actually the Sword of Crota or it's just another sword, there is a mission, and I'm thinking this might be in the strike or what looks to be like in the patrol mode, but we're not entirely sure. But you'll get to hold this sword and you'll get to wield it. Maybe this will even come into play in the raid. That'll be really cool. Perhaps you're going to have to pick it up like you did with the relic in the Vault of Glass, but we're not sure at the moment, and we probably won't know up until the launch. We might get a full trailer before launch, maybe a week or so before, and that'll be next week. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel for that, because I will cover it as soon as it is released. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give the like button a big old hug. Subscribe for more Destiny content and coverage. If you guys missed my video yesterday in which I show you guys a level 31 hunter and all of his gear, then you can click the link on screen or in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am Mr. Bo, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.